Hi guys, good morning and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching. Today we've got quite a bit to do, quite a bit of stuff. I've got to get some bamboo planted. I've got to get some plants planted. Got to get a move on. We got a whole lot to do, but one of the things I wanted to talk to you about first and foremost this morning was about why wood chips. Why should I do the Back to Eden? Does the Back to Eden gardening method work for me? Will it work for me? Why do some people say that it's not a good idea and then other people say it's a wonderful idea? We want to talk a little bit about the difference and why, what, when, and where to Back to Eden gardening. So we're going to discuss some of the aspects of Back to Eden gardening. We're going to go through some of the ideas related to it, and we're going to see what we can do to help you decide whether or not you should do the Back to Eden gardening with the wood chips. So anyway, hang in there with me and we'll do a little more discussing. Hey, thanks for being here on the channel. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you uncovered soil, West Texas soil. For those of you who live in West Texas, you're accustomed to this, you understand it and you know it. But for those of you who don't, our soil is heavy clay. It drains okay, but not the best in the world. Creates a hard pan usually whenever we get a rain. Not as bad as some areas, but still hard pan. But I'm going to show you here some uncovered soil. And just take a look. You can see it from a distance here. The morning sun is a little bit bright, but I'm hoping you can actually see what it looks like. Now this has a little bit of grass on it. But I'm going to take you to an uncovered area like right here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig a little bit in here. Now, well, I'll just show you an example with my fingers. I'm going to try to dig this soil. Now that's about the best I can do with my fingers, and that's really toughing it. So basically you got to dig hard. You see how dry, how crusty, how cloddy. It's not ugly soil, but it's just not real conducive to great plant growth as is. I'm going to try to get a close-up so you can actually see the texture of the soil and what it looks like. Now we're going to go on over to the Back to Eden garden where I do have it covered up, where I've got wood chips, and just show you the difference in how the soil looks. You decide for yourself. Okay, so here we are in the Back to Eden garden area, and I just picked a random sampling here. It's just where I enter into the garden, so it's no specifically beautiful place. In fact, it's actually been packed, well, if you could pack it. It's been walked on a lot, I'll say. And I want you to just see the composition of this soil. So I'm going to take the camera again, and I'm going to lower it down close to the soil so you can see. Now I'm going to do this with my fingers, and I'm in a it's pretty dry here. I haven't watered in quite some time. I hope you can see that soil. I hope you can see how easy it is to dig down with my fingers, and I could keep going because it's not really hard to do. But look at the texture of that soil in comparison to what you saw on the uncovered soil. Look at all the materials that are down in that soil where these wood chips have broken down. It's turned the soil a very dark color, very black, got lots of good organic material in it, and worms are so prevalent. If I dig down just a little bit lower, you'd see tons of worms. But look at the contrast in that soil, what it looks like versus what the regular open non-covered soil looks like. Now this is what your plants have to grow in. Tell me what you think would be the best solution for your plants. So there we have that. I just wanted to kind of give you an idea. Now some folks, the Back to Eden gardening has not worked for them. We talked to Kevin and Sarah down in Missouri, and they said it just didn't work there for them. And I'm curious to wonder why, but my thought is, and this is just my brain thinking, not necessarily that it's right, but I'm thinking, you know, they get a lot more rain than we do. We actually need the wood chips to hold the moisture in the soil. perhaps they don't need it so badly. Perhaps because it's so moist and it rains so often, maybe it does create more of an issue in their soil. But here in this area, or any dry area, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, anywhere where it doesn't rain as often, I'm thinking this is the way to go. It's really done well for me. Our garden has done super. Of course, I've been a little lax this year in planting my garden, but things just grow like crazy in here. I've even got blueberries in here. I've got cranberries growing. You know, things that just really don't grow here. But it's not because I'm a great farmer, or a great homesteader. It's because the soil. It's so important for us to build our soil even before we start planting our garden. Now, here's my advice to you. If you want to do the Back to Eden garden, if you want to build your soil, wood chips are an awesome supply to do that, awesome method to do that. What you would need to do though is in the fall, put your wood chips down, or now if you don't have a garden, go ahead and put your wood chips down. Allow them some time to start decomposing, to start composting and getting into the soil. This garden that I just showed you here is this is its first full year of growing. I think that's right. I'm sorry, maybe not. I can't remember. Anyway, it's either the first or second year. We put this in the fall, and we planted on it, yes, the first year. We planted on it the first year, and then this year is its second full year of growing. But you saw the difference in the soil and what it looks like. So I would recommend putting your wood chips on your soil. Of course, first put your cardboard or some sort of a material as a weed barrier. And I want to tell you, the Walmart, the Sam's Club weed barrier, don't use that stuff. It really is not conducive to good soil conditions. So just use like cardboard, something. Try to get, you know, the best you can without any toxic inks or anything like that. But use cardboard. Put down a good thick layer of cardboard. Double lap your seams. Don't let anything show through, because I guarantee you, even with the cardboard, you're going to have weeds that come through. There's a prime example growing in my garden. I've got tons of them. I still get to pull weeds, just not nearly as badly as if I didn't have the cardboard. So put your cardboard down. If you can get a layer of mulch, put a layer of mulch over the top of it. That would be something like straw mixed with cow manure, horse manure, some kind of mulch similar to that. Chicken manure, whatever you can put down. Make sure if it's chicken manure that you do it way ahead of time, because it'll need to unheat a little bit, cool off. So then put your mulch down after you put your cardboard down, and once you get your mulch down, then put the wood chips on top. And I would recommend, as Paul Gauchi does, 4 to 6 inches of wood chips. If you can do 8 inches, do 8 inches of wood chips. I tell you, they break down very quickly. We had about 6 inches of wood chips on our garden, and now we're seeing dirt. We're actually seeing the soil. Well, look how that was 6 inches of wood chips, and we're in the soil there. So I tell you, they break down pretty quickly, and that's why your soil gets so rich and so beautiful. And honestly, as Paul says, you can grow almost anything in this stuff because the nutrients, it's nutrient dense. But not only is it nutrient dense, but in addition to that, the mycorrhizae and all the bacteria and the fungi that naturally grows in your soil that actually feeds your plants those nutrients, those things are allowed to grow the way they're supposed to be, because you'll never till. You don't till this. When you till, you kill all of those bacteria and those fungi that are plant feeders. So anyway, without the till, you have less work. You don't have to till it every year. You don't have to do all that kind of stuff. So anyway, you decide for yourself what you think is best for your garden. And I will say, this has worked out well for me. I love it. I would probably not do anything but wood chips, maybe some straw, you know, wheat straw, something like that, I might put down as well as a supplement. But for the most part, wood chips is what I'm going to use, because I just love the way they break this, turn into the soil, and they enrich your soil so much. So anyway, there we have it. You've got my take on it, and if you've got any comments, please make those comments down below. If you've not yet subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, like it, hit the notification button, the little bell, and you'll get notified of other helpful information. So thanks again for watching. Love you guys. Take care and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.